Oh, sorry.
Well, Darian, 2 home games in a row, 2 shutouts. What's that say about this defense? To be able to play that many minutes at home without giving up any points.
I mean, it just shows us that when we talk about being dominant, it's possible. As long as each individual does their job, we'll come together as a great team defense.
You remember the last time you guys gave up a touchdown at home?
I don't. I actually
Fresno
don't.
last year.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I guess we're on the roll. I mean, we just got to keep working day in and day out and continue to improve.
What since that loss to BYU, you guys outscored your opponents by 149 points. What happened after that game? Why are things clicking the way they are the last few weeks?
Just going every day, each and every day, and we have a 1-0 mentality, meaning 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time, 1 practice at a time, and we've just been able to focus on what's here now, and ultimately it's been helping us out.
How big have the turnovers been as well? I mean, you guys are +9 over the last 2 weeks and +10 against and dating back to that BYU game.
Right. I mean, turnovers are huge. When we win a turnover battle, usually we win the game. So we've been doing a good job creating turnovers, and our offense has been doing a great job, capitalizing on those turnovers that we create.
I know we talked about you and Dante kind of going back and forth in that battle. I mean, do you guys like acknowledge that at all during the game? Or do you kind of know that's going on?
Yeah, we do. I mean, I asked him today, how many do you have? He said 4. I got 3, so he's winning right now. I think overall we're still tied, but it seems like whenever I get one, he gets one, or whenever he gets one, I get one. And last week he had to thank me because I gave him one. So, I mean, it's fun.
You are closing in on a pretty good career accomplishment tonight. Closing on the all-time Mountain West record for interceptions. And
Right.
what does a career accomplishment mean to you and Dante for that matter?
I mean, it'll be a huge accomplishment for us when it's done. That's not something that we're focusing on right now. We're just trying to get better day in and day out and just play our game. And if it happens, it happens. That'll be wonderful.
You came out, it seemed like the first quarter you were all over the place, some open field tackles, a couple at the line of scrimmage. Was there something about the matchup tonight that kind of freed you up?
Not really. I was just out there to play ball. Watched a lot of film this week, so I was able to put myself in the right position at the right time. And when it's time to go, it's time to go. So I guess I was just ready.
How dialed in are all 11 guys on the field at this moment?
Pretty dialed. I mean, you have to be. In order to hold a pretty good team like Hawaii to 0 points, I mean, every single one of us had to be dialed, all 11 of us, and I feel like we did a good job with that tonight.
You get a guy like Max Whittick. I mean, we kind of talked about him, earlier in the week and whatnot. And I mean, he was pretty much flustered from the get-go. What were you guys able to do to disrupt what he likes to do, I guess?
We're able to put a little bit of pressure on him. Our front seven did a great job on getting after the quarterback, which kind of led to some rush throws, I would say. And we were able to just be in the right space at the right time and make the plays. I mean, he has a strong arm, as you can see, and he was a pretty good quarterback.
You guys, I don't know if you were out there at the time or watching, but the punt return unit tonight delivered some pretty big hits. Was that an emphasis that just sort of fall that way tonight? And what kind of momentum do you guys get from that kind of stuff?
Special teams is huge. I mean, we start the game with a special teams play, and we look for momentum that way, and that can just give us a spark no matter what time it is in the game. And that's something we focused on this week as a punt return unit to build a wall for our returner so he can get outside, and guys did a really good job with that tonight.
When they have a backup quarterback come in, when Whittick goes out, does that change anything for you guys? Does anything change to the film you've watched, to anything like that?
No, not really. We just go out there and just play defense and do our jobs. And it doesn't matter who we're going against. We're going to continue to play like we play.
Holding Hawaii to under 100 yards passing, what does that say to you guys' defense and the secondary and all that?
That's a big accomplishment, especially for someone like Hawaii who throws the ball awfully a lot. We knew we had a matchup that we're going to have to come out and compete in tonight, and we did a good job. So that just shows us that when we're on and we study film the way we did, I mean, we can be pretty dominant as a secondary.
Was this your guys' best defensive performance of the year? I mean, I know you had a shutout earlier this year, and you guys did obviously pretty good last week against Virginia, but, I mean, no real explosive plays. I mean, it seemed like tonight was pretty close to the best, if not the best.
Yeah, it might have been. I mean, we did a really good job. And one thing I'm excited about is seeing improvement each and every week from the defense. That's something that we emphasize on. Even if we have a great game like tonight, there's still those minor details that we have to go in there and clean up next week. And I'm sure after the coaches pop on the film, they'll provide us with that information. And that's how we continue to get better week in and week out.
It's kind of crazy, but I mean, how hungry do those minor details make you? I mean, like you said, there's like one or two plays maybe each game. But, I mean, is that the gap that prevents you guys from being?
Exactly, 1 or 2 plays that can take a defense from good to great, and it all comes down to the little details. Like I said before, when we give up big plays, there's someone not doing their job. There's a missed assignment somewhere, and if we can go back and correct those, then we'll be pretty good.
Considering where you guys have come over the years, I mean, how kind of crazy is it that you're kind of at that point where you're just, kind of picking away at just a couple things a game?
It's awesome. I mean, I really enjoy where we're at right now. There's obviously improvement to be made, and we're going to attack it this week just like we do every other week.
A situation like tonight where you basically turn the game over to the second team defense for the whole fourth quarter. How much are you guys over there cheering and coaching and motivating those guys to make sure that 0 stays on the board?
Oh, definitely. That's something big. And when the second team goes in, we're still all up on the sideline, cheering them on, making sure if they have any questions, we'll get them answered for them. And we know they're ready. I mean, they practice hard. And when it's time for them to go, they go just like everyone else.
After a performance like you guys had tonight, what do you think needs to be cleaned up?
Right now, I wouldn't be able to tell you because I haven't watched the film yet, but there's always things to clean up. We'll learn about that tomorrow.
You guys didn't have DSG, obviously. Cam Miles filling in for him. How do you kind of feel lining up next to him for a game? How did he do?
Oh, Cam did great. We always talk about carrying the flag around here, and when DSG went down, he started making plays right off the bat last week at Virginia, and he's continued to improve each and every day, and he's going to be a great player for us.
Cam is a newcomer to this defense. You have some other newcomers, not just freshmen, but people who transferred in. Talk about the newcomers to this defense and how they fit into you guys.
They're very smart players. When you come to a defense like ours, it's very complex. We do a lot of things, and if they're able to master the playbook, they'll be able to make plays out there on the field. And I'm extremely excited to keep on seeing these guys get better. They've been doing a great job so far.
Good guys?
Thank you.
Yep.